published 1354 Est, 5 November 2017, updated 1608 Est, 5 November 2017. At least 27 people have been killed inside a Texas church, including a 2-year-old child, after a gunman dressed in combat gear opened fire during the morning service before cops shot to him dead. The shooting happened at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, where around 50 people usually attend service, according to local reports. Wilson County Commissioner Albert Games Jr. told CNN that at least 27 people have been killed in the shooting, but the death toll is expected to climb. "My heart is broken," Games said. "We never think where it can happen, and it does happen. It doesn't matter where you're at. In a small community, real quiet and everything, and look at this, what can happen?" At least 24 others were injured in the horrific shooting. Witnesses said a man in gear walked inside the church and opened fire just before 11:30 a.m. Scroll down for video. At least 27 people have been shot inside a Texas church after a gunman opened fire during the Sunday morning service at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. Pictured. The shooting happened at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, where around 50 people usually attend service, according to local reports. Wilson County Commissioner Albert Games Jr. said at least 27 people have been killed in the shooting, but the death toll is expected to climb. Law enforcement officials stand next to a covered body at the scene of the fatal shooting. A woman wrote on Facebook that she saw the man flee the scene in his vehicle before crashing it not far from her daughter's house. She said he then ran on foot and was pursued by police. The shooter was killed after the brief foot chase into Guadalupe County, according Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office spokesman Robert Murphy. But it's still unclear if the gunman shot himself or was taken down by authorities. The suspect, who has not been identified, is dead and there is no longer an active shooter threat, according to police. Police could not give an exact number of victims shot in the attack, but witnesses said they heard as many as 20 shots fired. Dana Fletcher, who owns a store in Sutherland Springs, told CNN, "It's just awful. There were emergency responders everywhere. Neighbors in the area said they may have heard the shooter reload multiple times." Another witness at the scene said a 2-year-old was also shot in the attack. Sutherland Springs is a community of about 400 people 30 miles southeast of San Antonio. Some residents fear that the gunman is someone they know. Beckways their community is so small. President Donald Trump sent his condolences to the Sutherland Springs community as he continues to monitor the situation from Japan. Ivanka Trump also tweeted after learning about the tragic shooting. Texas Sen. Ted Cruz tweeted, "Keeping all harmed in Sutherland Springs in our prayers. I'm grateful for our brave first responders on the scene." Sutherland Springs is a rural community in Wilson County, Texas, that's made up of about 400 people. It's located about 30 miles southeast of San Antonio. Some residents fear that the gunman is someone they know. Beckways their community is so small. First responders were seen working to remove boss from inside the church. Texas Congressman Vicente Gonzalez told MSNBC that officials won't have final numbers until probably a few more hours. He added that apparently the shooter was not from the area, he was from outside of that area. Gonzalez said that based on what he knew, he did not believe the incident was related to terrorism, but was some kind of other incident that has to do with the church or the community. Carrie Matchula, who works at a patrol station near the church, told MSNBC that she heard semi-automatic gunfire and looked to see what was going on. "I never thought it would happen here," Matchula said. "This is something that happens in a big city. I would never have thought this would have taken place here. It's just too tight a community. It doesn't make sense." President Donald Trump sent his condolences to the Sutherland Springs community. He also said he will continue to monitor the situation from Japan. "God bless the people of Sutherland Springs, TX. Our country's hearts are breaking for the victims, their families. We love her with you," Ivanka Trump tweeted after learning of the shooting. Photos show families teary praying outside their community building as they wait to see if their family and friends are safe. Witnesses said a man in gear walked inside the church and opened fire just before 11:30 a.m. Police pictured could not give an exact number of victims shot in the attack, but witnesses said as many as 20 shots were fired. The shooting took place at the church, which is located about 30 miles from San Antonio. Sutherland Springs Springs is a community of about 400 people. Texas Governor Greg Abbott released a statement following the shooting. While the details of this horrific act are still under investigation, Cecilia and I want to send our sincerest thoughts and prayers to all those who have been affected by this evil act. I want to thank law enforcement for their response and ask that all Texans pray for the Sutherland Springs community during this time of mourning and loss. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said in a statement, the thoughts and prayers of all Texans are with the people of Sutherland Springs as tragic reports come out of First Baptist Church. Please join Angela and me as we pray for those impacted by this horrific shooting. Paxton said. Texas Sen. Ted Cruz tweeted, keeping all harmed in Sutherland Springs in our prayers and grateful for our brave first responders on the scene. Photos show families teary praying outside their community building as they wait to see if their family and friends are safe. There were at least 6 helicopters called in to transport victims to the hospital. Megan Posey, a spokeswoman for Connolly Memorial Medical Center, which is in Floresville and about 10 miles from the church, said multiple victims were being treated for gunshot wounds. She declined to give a specific number but said it was less than a dozen. Some victims were taken by medical helicopter to the Brooke Army Medical Center. Special agents from ATF's Houston Field Division, San Antonio Field Office are on the scene along with the FBI. Special agents from ATF's Houston Field Division, San Antonio Field Office are on the scene along with the FBI. There were at least 6 helicopters pictured called in to transport victims to the hospital. Pictured is the church where the incident took place Sunday morning.